Hello and welcome to Southampton Vampire by Night's guide to the Mind's Eye Theatre rules. In this video, we'll be continuing to look at some of the fantastic new rules found within the brand new V2 rulebook. In this video, I'll be joined by Elise, the Community and Marketing Director for By Night Studios. They have kindly agreed to help me flesh out our Lasombra NPC using some of the fantastic new rules found within the upcoming V2 rulebook. I cannot wait to get started, and so without any further ado, Elise, if you would like to introduce yourself, please.
Hey everybody, my name's Elise Hawes. I'm the Community and Marketing Director for By Night Studios, and Mark.
Hi everybody, I'm Mark White. I'm the Project Lead and Managing Director for Southampton Vampire By Night. And in today's video, we're going to be looking over a Lasombra character that we've created for our game over here. And Elise is going to go through and hopefully add in some new stuff for it that
Extra
can
spice.
Yeah. So right, to get started then, the character. So basically what we've got is we've got a Lasombra which has a very nautical background, i.e. the old pirates and all that stuff, the Spanish French, and we've tied it into local history because there was a period in time in Southampton where Southampton was sacked, was basically taken over by a group of vagabonds of pirates that turned up, and the populace of Southampton fled, and then the very next day they came back and retook the city, and the pirates etc. all left. Now the character idea was that this Lasombra was part of that invasion and has been, due to an encounter with a true faith priest within one of the churches in Southampton, was locked away in a tomb and has been there ever since, until World War II, at which during the bombing of Southampton, the tomb was broken and the Lasombra escaped, changed forevermore from his experiences within that tomb. So what we're hoping to do is to flesh out the character and make him feel a little bit more, nautical, piratey, more so than your standard Lasombra. So can you help us with that?
Oh, definitely. I've got some actually very particular for that. The Corsairs, I gotta tell you about this because I think this will fit your NPC perfectly.
Brilliant.
So it's a new Lasombra bloodline. It's called the Corsairs, and it's available as an uncommon rarity. So unlike the conventional Lasombra, Corsairs have celerity, obtenebration, and presence as their in-clan disciplines. And they can belong to any sect, and they're known for being especially opportunistic. And while Lasombra are often cold and calculating, this bloodline is known for being fearless and reckless, which often puts them at odds with the rest of the main clan.
Okay, that sounds absolutely perfect. Now, I take it then, if we're getting a new bloodline, are we getting some merits that are linked in with this? Oh,
yeah, we're definitely getting new merits. The Corsairs have 3 new merits. The first one is Rush of Battle. This enhances the Corsair's celerity power. With this merit, the first blood point you spend each turn doesn't count towards your maximum blood spend for that turn. And also, whenever you activate a celerity power, you can heal a health level of normal damage. And the last thing you can do with this is that you can use 1 combat maneuver per hour for free.
Okay, that's a pretty good opening merit. Okay, so just to reiterate then, so that means that it's going to be, I can activate powers or a power like that and it does cost the blood, but it doesn't count towards that maximum.
Yeah.
I get to heal myself.
Whenever you activate a celerity power, you can heal a health level of normal damage. Wow. So you're spending your celerity, and now you're also healing yourself.
Yeah. Which then promotes the fact that I'm going to be speeding around doing the stuff that pirates should be doing. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I like that.
You're on the highest seas, you get hurt or something. You can't go to a hospital. You're on a boat.
Ah, of course not. No, you just next and grog and get on with it. I like it.
Yep. All right, so the second one, this is a 2-point merit. It's called Parlay. This one's really, really fun. It's my personal favorite. This gives you access to a loose network of acquaintances across various sects and factions. So, you know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, right?
Yeah.
And you can use it to like gain access to like a shady favor, bit of information, or like an off-the-record meeting from like a different faction. So say you're in a tight situation and your whole party is like, hey, we need this like anarch thing or whatever, or some information from like this club over there. Your NPC can be like, don't worry, I know a guy, kind of.
That's awesome. And that's also, that sounds like a merit as well, which is going to help with player and ref interaction, as in that gives that player some kind of some spice that other players wouldn't have. So other options that other players wouldn't have access to if they were using this as their, as a player character or as an NPC, like you were saying, as a means for us to then give players other options that may not normally be on the table. Okay, that's really cool. That's a really useful merit. I like that one.
Definitely. So instead of, getting like, oh, I got to buy this in lore and this in contacts, then you can just be like, wait, I know a Corsairs knows a guy. Let me go find that guy.
Okay.
All right. So the final merit is called Abyssal Horror. And it's kind of like Black Metamorphosis. It alters it. And instead of like the normal action, you turn into a kraken-like squid monster. And you keep all the standard like Black Metamorphosis benefits, and your attacks gain reach, allowing you to attack at a distance. You can also grapple like multiple targets at once if you spend, both your simple and standard action. So you're unleashing the Kraken here with this one.
Definitely unleashing the Kraken. That's game breaking in regards to the fact that you can multiple grapples. I mean, that in itself is going to be.
And out of reach too. You're just like way over here. You're like, oh, let me just grab that for you. Yeah.
And it's also tied in as well, the fact that it's then getting that nautical theme as in the Kraken side of stuff with the
stuff of legend.
Yeah. I like that. That's really cool.
Definitely. Okay. So you said your character was a little older, right? So we're thinking elder?
Yeah. So the character itself, definitely this NPC we're creating is an elder for sure.
All right, cool. So I want to go into the elder powers then. Okay. I want to talk about the first elder power that I think is going to be really great for your NPC. It's a presence power. It's Comrade in Arms. This lets you designate a number of allies up to your leadership score and inspire them. So during combat, whenever someone in the group gets an exceptional success, your allies gain the inspired benefit, which lets them regain a willpower the next time they spend a willpower. Sounds perfect for your like captain of your pirate.
That's awesome. So okay. So straight away, then, if you've got this guy at the back of this Corsair at the back of the room, or even in the midst of the fight, just shouting out, come on, guys, let's get on with this. Then also the fact that you're getting the willpower back after you spend it as well is then going to encourage those guys to be more successful, which means that at the end of the day, they're going to.
Not only that, it leads to great roleplay opportunities too. You're the inspiring captain. You got your whole crew behind you. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling.
Yeah,
for sure.
Brilliant. And when you say allies, that could be anybody that's on your side of the room, basically. Anybody that's allied with your way of thinking. As long as
it's equal to your leadership score. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Brilliant.
All right. So the next one. So you know how like. In the movies for like Pirates of the Caribbean, they always say this is the time that you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Well, this is about your good escape plans. So you're running up the mast, doing parkour. This is the Elder Celerity power that some people might remember, called Zephyr. This lets you spend a blood to double your movement rate, and it lets you run on any tangible surface. This includes water, even water. So additionally, you can run over like thin air as well, so long as you end on a solid surface. But say you're in the middle of battle and you've got to get out. All of a sudden, you're doing parkour, flips off tables, cross heads, over water, over pools, lakes. It's all about the cool parkour you see in those pirate films.
Wow. That's awesome. That gives some players some really great options as well. I mean, at the end of the day, combats in LARPs can be quite hectic, can be quite busy. When you're getting surrounded, or there's chairs and tables in the way, or props, etc. And now all of a sudden you've got that excuse to turn around and say, I'm going to go from here to there, and this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to
Yep.
jump on your head, and I'm then going to flip over to here. I'm going to skid across that table. I'm then just going to basically just jump the rest of it because I can. I think that's definitely going to add some awesome moments for players. Like it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And now I do have a very special surprise. Ready?
Okay.
Okay. So Abyss Mysticism is finally complete.
Hey!
So we got 30 new Abyss Mysticism rituals. So once you purchase, Walk the Abyss Merit, you have access to purchase all the similarly thaumaturgical or necromantic rituals. They're rated from 1 to 5, and they cost the same as blood magic rituals. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 XP, as per usual. And however, unlike rituals, there's no limit to how many you can buy. So if you have enough XP, you could buy all 30, time permitting.
Wow.
If you got a cron running that long and you want to be master of, Abyss Mysticism, you could do it feasibly. Okay. And, these function, almost in all the normal ways, like normal blood magic rituals.
Okay.
So I got a few ones that I think you'll find pretty interesting. For the Corsairs, who's learned to walk the abyss.
Yeah.
The first ritual is called Shadow Tempering. This allows you to reforge an existing weapon and make it lighter and easier to wield. So if it used to use 2 hands to use, like if you was required to use 2 hands, no longer requires 2 hands. So if it didn't require 2 hands, now it has the balance quality, allowing it to be thrown.
Woof.
Yeah.
Okay.
So imagine a guy running up to you with a great sword in one hand.
Yeah, or a Tetsubo, or that's okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. Then we can have signature. You can have a signature weapon, then if you wanted to be. Nobody else, unless they had this, would be able to use that weapon like you're using it. Okay.
The next one is called Shadow Transgressor. This one's really fun. Many of the mystic rituals require component specific actions to be taken before you can cast the magic. So for this one, you have to steal a pair of shoes first. And then after you steal the shoes, you place a point of blood in the shoes and wear them. So when you click your heels together, you can immediately switch places with one of your Arms of Abyss. So if your Arms of Abyss was like grappling someone and you switch places, now you're grappling the target and vice versa.
Wow. Okay. There's some, my head's boggling with uses of that now. So that means that in theory, if you're at one end of the room and everybody's charging down towards you and you've got your tentacles out elsewhere and then they're about to get on top of you and you're like, nah, mate, I'm good.
Yep.
And you teleport over to one of the others by clicking I'm right saying you click your heels together.
Yeah, you click your heels. And it has to be a stolen pair of shoes. It doesn't say it has to be someone else's stolen pair of shoes. It could just be a property. So in my head, I'm thinking, the prince's shoes. Okay, I'll go take those.
Yeah, okay. That would work.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay, that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. And it also gives the players the opportunity then to move themselves around the room as well. If they wanted to do that, be more mobile. If they didn't have the Elder Power of Zephyr, for example, this would allow them to be that more mobile in the, in this scenario. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. The last one I want to talk to you about is called Incarnation of Madness. This is a level 5 mysticism ritual. It requires you to take a jaunt into darkness and secret portion of the abyss where you must make an offering to the darkness. While this is active, anyone who tries to surprise you is assailed by horrors of the abyss, making you immune to surprise attacks. And also, when you activate Black Metamorphosis or Tenebrous form, you turn into a nightmarish horror. In this form, anyone who chooses to use a power that requires gaze and focus is struck blind by your horrific countenance because you're just a massive, horrifying blackness.
Okay, that's that is pretty awesome. So head around this one. So you've got loads of players that like to play assassin type characters, for example. You're gonna no more surprises for them. That isn't gonna work anymore. Have a surprise.
You can't surprise it.
Okay. Then if anybody decides they're gonna try and use, try to get your attention to grab hold of you to use, let's say, dominate or dread gaze or any of those, get out of jail kind of disciplines on you, they're just going to be blind from doing so.
Yep. Struck blind because you're just horrifying.
Okay. And then on top of all of this, you've got the fact that you are just a nightmarish creature, which is...
Yeah. I wouldn't go using this around in a public area. I think it might be masquerade breaking, but I think it would be fun for sure.
Yeah. Okay, definitely. That's pretty awesome. So, okay then. So, Abyss, that Abyss that sounds absolutely incredible.
Yep, and there's a lot more, of course. That's just a little snippet into some of them.
Brilliant. Okay, well, so far then you've made the character. This is the kind of stuff that we kind of wanted to put in, but we couldn't. There's not now. There is. So now we've got that kind of straight away. This character now feels more. If I was to use some of this stuff, feels more like a pirate, especially the bloodline with the Corsair. The fact that you've got the extra mobility for them, that kind of inspiring side of it as well. These rituals that we can get access to that do some pretty unique and cool stuff.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. Thank you so much for kind of sharing that today. That is brilliant.
Of course, yeah.
Cool. And
I'm excited to see your nautical pirate in action.
Yeah, I'm excited to use it.
I like the hat. Nice touch.
Thank you. It's I thought it'd be suited. Unfortunately, it does have a bit of a caught in the wind kind of thing, but it's all good.
She's just been worn at sea.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for that, and brilliant. All right, cheers.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you're just as excited as me to see what else can be found within the upcoming V2 rulebook. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see this channel grow, then please don't hesitate to like, subscribe and comment below. Oh, and of course, become a member of our Patreon page. Thank you. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.